Hello, in this video I'd like to show you how to design a sketch of the side view of a chair. This is as a basis for our next assignment, our next project going into some furniture design. So here we go. First of all, start a sketch on a vertical plane. Then we're going to draw a line from the origin up, and we're going to go up 18 inches. This is the seated height of an adult chair. From this point, we're going to draw a few shapes off of here. Using L for line, I'm going to draw something that looks vaguely like a chair. I'm being a little bit purposeful in making it not accurate because I want to teach you some constraints. So first of all, we're going to make some things horizontal and vertical. We click on the horizontal vertical constraint and then make this one horizontal, and I think that's all that I would like to make horizontal on this one. Next, we're going to make something collinear. This is the collinear constraint. We want the ground to line up with the ground, so we're going to make these two things collinear. From this point on, we got to do a fair bit of dimensioning. We also have to pay attention to where our constraints are already applied. So if I hit escape to get out of the tool that I'm in right now, this is locked in as a perpendicular line. I believe to this one over here, so I'm going to delete that. And I also don't want this to be locked in over here. I do actually think I want this to be horizontal vertical at the top. So that's my first constraints. You'll notice there's lots of other constraints in here that apply certain geometries to various things, but now we're going to work with our dimensioning tool, which is right here, or shortcut D, or under Create, Sketch Dimension. All right, I would like to have my seat angle back just slightly so that, just for a little bit of ergonomics there. And I think that's going to be like 0.5, like very slight there. Notice how that messes up this part here. That's okay. I want this part here to be really slight, come to almost a point. So I'm going to do 1 inch right there. And notice how this is getting all distorted. I'm going to pull this over now, and I'm going to pull this up and this down over here to get a little bit closer to the shape that I'm trying to create. All right, I want this to be parallel with this. So I'm going to go to Constraints, Parallel, and I'm going to make this and this parallel. They're not level, but they're slightly angled back. I want my legs to be tapered, and I want them to come to a point at the bottom that's probably has a blunt edge of about 1.25. And then I'm going to do this one as well. So those are equal now. And I would like to have I would like the back of my chair to line up with the edge right here. So I'm going to draw a line right there, hit escape to get out of my line tool, click on that line and make it a dotted line with X on the keyboard. That's the command that makes it not a real line that's part of your drawing, but a construction line. Now I'm going to make that vertical. And you can see it kind of screws things up there. I'm going to see if I can let this pull this back now. Oops. And this will maybe teach us another lesson here, which is if it gets messed up, it's always easier to just delete everything and start again when you get lost. But that happened to work, but if it hadn't have, you'll notice that I could just click on some parts of this design, and then I can go back and redraw those, and nothing will be any the worse for wear. All right, I want this dimension to be strong enough to sit on, and I think out of 3/4 inch plywood, it would be good for that to be at least 2.5 inches thick. But I want the chair to be light, so I don't want it to be too much more than that. This back angle, I'd like to know a lot more about. I think it looks a little bit too relaxed right now, so I'm going to bring it up to 100 degrees instead of 104, like so. After that, I'm going to continue editing this, and I would probably apply a height to the back here as well. All right, there you go.